Hi everyone, my name is Holly, and in today's video I am going to be doing the My Name in Books tag. I'm not sure what it's called. It's basically where you spell your name with books, which is basically my true form, let's be honest. So if it hasn't been made clear to you, I did say it in the introduction, and it's also the name of my username. My name is Holly. Nice to meet you. Which is spelled H-O-L-L-Y. So the very first book I have to find has to start with an H, which I already know which book I'm gonna pick, and I am so excited about that. You guys know it's coming, right? So the first book that starts with an H, thank God my name isn't Molly, and that is Half a King by Joe Abercrombie. Best book of all time. Go on Google and type in best book of all time, and the search result will be this. Seriously, do it now. Did you do it? Wasn't I right? Yeah. So in January, I had my boyfriend pick out my TBR. I've had this trilogy on my shelves for so long now. Like, it's been a few years at least, and it's now my favorite book of all time. #1 slot, which is insane. This series is so good. The first book follows our main character Yarvi, and his story is so heartbreaking, but honestly this book is really funny. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry, and it's perfect. It's like my precious little baby. And you know how like some booktubers you watch, you know their all-time favorite book, you know what book they're going to talk about all the time. Like with Kitty Tastic, it's Carry On. Super Space Chick, now it's going to be The Cruel Prince or / Name of the Wind. Girl, I got you. For me, I want to be known as Half a King. Can I have that title? So up next is O, which honestly took me a very long time to find. The very first book I thought of is Obsidian, which I actually don't own yet. But as I was looking, I stumbled upon Obsidian by Julie Eshbo, which is the second book to Ivory and Bone. So Ivory and Bone is actually set in this kind of mammoth hunting era of prehistory. I bought this series specifically because it was labeled as like prehistoric plus fantasy, but then I've heard from a few close friends that there's actually really not much fantasy element to the story, which kind of saddens me, but I am still super excited to read it. I will read anything about prehistoric. Like, give me those dinos, man. Dinos are so cool. I feel like I was a pterodactyl in my past life. Pterodactyl! Yeah. I've heard that this series is very lighthearted and that the plot really centers around relationships, which sounds really cool. Like, if I can grow to love these characters, that's all I need. I will pick over amazing characters over amazing plot any day. So I'm excited to go into this series. So up next we have L. So let's find that one. Actually, I already know which one I'm gonna pick. It's up here. So I decided to go with Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Why did I even need to look at the author right there? Wow, this is like branded into my brain. So I actually have not read this series yet. Don't worry, I have read the entire Mortal Instruments Infernal Devices series. I just haven't delved into this series yet. I'll be honest, it's very, very intimidating, and I also want to marathon all 3 books. As crazy as that sounds, and people get on me all the time about doing that, but it's just how I like to read. I need to marathon those series, and this is one of them. And it follows a Shadowhunter Institute in LA, which sounds so cool. So it's going to be all sunny, I think. You know, all that sun in LA. Hopefully lots of happy events. I'm just kidding. Obviously not. This is probably going to be super depressing, and I'm ready for it. So we actually have double L's, so the next letter is yet another L. And there's a few books I can go for, so let's see what I choose. Okay, I grabbed one, and it's actually not one that I was expecting to grab. I could have easily grabbed Lord of Shadows, but that's boring. So let's grab the most awesome author in the world. The best author in the world, in the universe. And that is Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie. If there's any point in time when I can talk about Joe Abercrombie multiple times in a video, I'm going to seize that opportunity. So this is the third book in the first Law trilogy, which is actually Joe Abercrombie's very first trilogy ever. And as you know, I loved Half a King so much that I am so hyped to go into this trilogy. I want to read it really soon, but there's actually a few books that I want to get to before delving into this. I feel like this won't be until maybe like October or November or something, but until then, I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't. So the final letter is Y, and this is the one that I was seriously dreading because I don't have a clue what I'm gonna pick. I don't even know if I own a book that begins with the letter Y. Okay, so there is the Young Elites, but I don't want to pick that one because technically it starts with a T, so that's kind of cheating. Oh man. Oh, I'm dumb. There's one right in front of my face. I seriously bet this is the only book I own that starts with the letter Y, and that is Yellow Brick War by Danielle Page. I cannot believe I just spotted this. Like, that was a needle in the haystack. Or a bookmark in a library. Okay, that doesn't work. So this is the third book in the Dorothy Must Die series, and I have owned this series for so long. I've actually been contemplating on unhauling this series because it's been sitting on my shelves for so long, but there's something that's like keeping me from doing that. Like, I want to read it because it's a retelling of Wizard of Oz, which is a movie I loved. Dorothy is in the story, but instead of being the protagonist, she's actually a villain in the story. And we also follow our main character, Amy, who ends up getting swept into Wizard of Oz, and instead of having a dog as a companion, she has a pet rat. And just all these little elements just keeps making me want to read it, and I feel like I'm not going to for a long time, but it's just holding on to me. So yeah, that's my why. Alright, so those are all the books that spell out my name. Down below, if you can, spell out your name in books because I would love to see that. Give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on social media. On Instagram, I'm at Holly Hearts Books, and on Twitter, I'm at Holly Niece. And until we meet again, happy reading.